Hey Colin, it's Cody. I'm just catching up on your What's Up with 5e episodes. I listened to the first two. I'm in the third one right now, and I'll listen to the fourth one after. I am enjoying them. I think you're right. Using the 5e basic rules, the free PDF, it's pretty much good to go out of the gate. And yeah, I ran one session of it. In kind of an OSR style, and two of the players actually died. So here's my problem with 5th edition, is it just takes so long to make a character compared to an OSR system. I guess if the players are actually already familiar with the content, that could probably help speed it up. But for me, it just takes a little too long. Like the guys I played with, when I killed two of their guys, it took them about 15 minutes to get a new guy ready. And, we were in the middle of a dungeon. So, looks like I'm pulling a Jackson.
Hey ho, I'm Colin Green and you are listening to Spikepit, episode 128. At the top of the show there, we heard from Codi M, the man behind the No Safe For You podcast, and conspicuous by his absence at present. Thanks for the call in, Codi, and a little bird tells me that there could be another episode of No Safe For You in the pipeline. A few anchor technical difficulties have set progress back, but listen out for Codi in the near future. Many a promise has been made. But in the meantime, let's make the most of his call-ins. Got another one for you.
All right, part two. So, yeah, like I was saying, it took him about 15 minutes to whip up the character in the middle of a dungeon, which is, for me, is kind of a long time. I know with, like, BX or even, any other kind of OSR system, it's about 5 minutes, which is a little more manageable. But in regards to the magic system, I actually think it's pretty simple. A lot of the spell stuff, so your players have to have their characters ready. They have to understand how their spells work, and that may be something you set up in like a session 0, where you guys just kind of go over everything, make sure everyone understands the rules. But I would say 5e, it's perfectly serviceable. I could say you could run it as written, and it would be fine. And yeah, I have one more part I'll call back because it's going to take more than 10 seconds to say it. So.
Just interrupting Codi there to say he mentioned session 0. I just want to put this to the listener. Is anybody else find session 0 a little bit of an anticlimax? Maybe a little bit sort of tedious? Feels like you turned up to play D&D and then you didn't really play D&D? Just putting it out there. Don't want to get anybody upset. I understand the value of it, but I'm all for working it into the session 1. So yeah, I'd be interested in people's thoughts. Anyway, let's get back to Codi. Sorry to interrupt, mate.
All right, last thing. I found a blog post, and I'll send it to you on Discord, for how to do 5e monsters on the fly in the much space as a business card, so a really small amount, or it'd be a really small stat block. You don't have to go as in depth as they do with the monster manual stats, where it's half a page. But again, if you're looking to recruit new players into a game, I would say start with 5e because that's what's popular, and maybe run it in an OSR style. I don't know. All right, man. I'll catch you later. Keep up the good work. Hey man, sorry for all the messages. I'll try and keep this one quick. 2 thoughts. So, I used to feel that 5th edition was more of a player's game than a DM's game, but I feel that in the past maybe the players didn't know the system as well, so I was having to look more rules up, and it was not as fun to DM. So I think if you get people in there who know the rules better or understand the system better, maybe that's not the case. And the second thing is, if I'm going to the shelf to pick a new game, if I'm going to run a new campaign, 5e is probably not the first thing I go for. If I'm in the mood for something crunchy, then maybe I'll pick it up, but I think at first I'm probably going to go BX or DCC over 5th edition. So, all right, man, that's the last one, I promise. Keep it up. I'm really enjoying these, and I'll catch you later.
And I would like to let you know now that it was with no small amount of effort that we wrestled, kicking and screaming, a reluctant Ray Otus to the mic. The creative force behind Plundergrounds. The brilliant Plundergrounds.
Well, I don't know about brilliant. I'm getting quoted a lot for saying that D&D 5e is pretty bolted down, and many are wondering exactly what I meant by that. I'm of two minds about how to respond. First of all, I'm kind of reluctant to explain what I meant. As Mark Twain put it, it's better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you're a fool than to open it and remove all doubt. But, of course, having said it, I probably should explain it. By bolted down, I mean that I feel like there is system underpinning everything in 5e. Too much system, too many stats, too many things spelled out for me. It's all just a bit too much, at least for me as a GM. I don't mind playing it so much. In episode 58 of my own cast, Plundergrounds, in the bonus content, I talked about the free play between engaging with the combat mechanics. I prefer that, but we are going to be playing 5e again soon in the Bruise, Bones, and Blades Club, and I'm perfectly okay with that, since I'll be a character player. As for unbolting 5e, I wouldn't. Instead, I say lean into it. The fact that there is system underpinning everything can be a strength if you let it be that. It just means to me that you need to embrace 5e the way it is. And frankly, I'm a big fan of playing games rules as written. I'm pretty leery these days of changing mechanics, though I'm perfectly fine messing with the setting and flavor. If I feel like I want different mechanics, I play a different game, or I write my own, of course. So I don't know how much unbolting you could do of 5e. I feel like the minute you start removing things, you make it a different game, and you kind of break a social contract with the players who are counting on all that material.
Well, Ray, I love that Mark Twain quote. I'm sure you make them up to look clever. I need to make up some new Ghandi ones. In fact, wasn't it Ghandi that said, lean in to your new D&D. Don't go unbolting it, whatever you do. Play rules as written, and if you fancy it, throw in a few options from the DMG. Sure, that was Ghandi. And now we hear from Joe Salvador, a.k.a. Raven God Games, the man behind Eldritch Tales. He's got some thoughts on 5e coming up.
Hey Colin, it's Joe. Just wanted to call in about this 5e thing. I hear everybody's doing it. Yeah, I like the game. I'm playing in a game now, run by a friend of mine, and we've been playing. I don't know, for about 3 months, I guess. It seems, I'm still kind of getting to grips with the more high-powered character. I played a lot of 3e back in the day, but I haven't been there for a while, So that's something that I'm not sure how I feel about. The other thing that kind of bothers me about it is the races. I think that like the Tieflings, the Dragonborn, kind of break down those traditional fantasy tropes. But I understand why they did it. I like the basic game as well, and there's a project out there, and I think I mentioned it to you once. It's called Into the Unknown, and right, pulling a Jackson. So Into the Unknown is, I guess it's an OSR sort of take on 5e, where it breaks down, the classes they use race as class, and it's basically the 4 core classes. It's pretty interesting looking. I haven't played it yet. Takes a lot of the bloat of the game away. But if you can find it, there used to be a G+ group, and I know that there is a MeWe group. I don't know if you can get those files anymore, but I know it's still in the works, and it's going to be released. I think it's like pay what you want or something. But it looks pretty cool, and I thought I'd get it out there. Yeah, take a look. I'll see you.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. I think you have mentioned it before, but I still haven't managed to check it out, but I'll see if I can find it. It sounds like the availability might be a little bit iffy, but I'd be interested to see, in terms of bloat, what's been taken out, and maybe what fresh ideas have gone in. So thanks for your calling, and thanks to everybody else who's called in. Codi M, Ray Otus. Always look forward to hearing from you guys, and always look forward to hearing from everybody. Thanks to my patrons over at Spikepit, the pit crew, keeping me going and growing with their energy, generosity and enthusiasm. Most of all, thanks to you, the listener, taking a little bit of time out of your day to listen to old Spikepit with his blocked up nose and croaky voice still. Anyway, I'm getting a few of these episodes out. Hope you're enjoying it. Keeping them a little bit shorter. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Sounds like people are listening to them, 3 or 4 or 2 or 3 at a time. So perhaps I should just make them longer. I don't know. Anyway, take care and I'll catch you later.